What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So you might have recently seen my Lego Imperial Base Moc, and one of my favourite things about Mocs is of course minifigs. So today I'm going to be going over all of the minifigs that I used in my recent Moc, as well as touching on the vehicles that I also used as well. If this is the first time seeing one of my videos or you're not subscribed, then I'm sorry you've been missing out, but don't worry, it's finally over. You can now become part of the SW Bricks and Figs channel by smashing that subscribe button. Leave a like if you do enjoy as well, and let's get straight into all of the minifigs. Okay guys, so in my Lego Imperial Base Moc, I used a grand total of 47 minifigs and then 3 vehicles that you can see there at the back. So I'm going to go through all of these minifigs and show you exactly how I used them in the Mocs and everything like that. So we start off with the 5 rebels that you can see back there. We have one guy who is holding a thermal detonator.
Because he's holding a thermal detonator!
So then we have a Rhodian, then we have the jetpack guy who's kind of flying in on his jetpack, and then the 2 prisoners that were actually captured inside of the base. These guys are really cool. I love the way I used the ponchos for these. I think they came out really nicely. With most of these ones, these 3, including the guy with the thermal detonator, I tried to mix them up as much as possible. Then the other 2 are kind of just like more standard rebels that we saw in that Battlefront 2 battle pack. Then if we move on to the Imperials, we'll start with the officers. So we have 3 of these regular officers. Again, these came in a battle pack. I believe this was actually another Battlefront 2 battle pack back in the day. I have 8 of those in total, but I used 3 of them. I used them as sort of the ones that were working on and experimenting on Baby Yoda, and I think that came out quite well. Then we have 2 of these General Veers minifigs. This was the plain one right here, which is just the standard General Veers. Then we have another General here. I actually put the dual molded legs on him. I forgot to put a pair on Veers. I actually ran out of them, I believe, so sadly didn't put one on Veers, but I think this looks really, really good with this awesome face under there with the sort of grimace. He was actually battling outside of the Moc and looked really fitting out there, I think. Then the last 4 officers right here are these sort of regular grey ones. These are actually my favourite type of officer minifigs and some of my favourite minifigs in my entire collection. I just love these guys for some reason. I think they look really, really good, and again I added the dual molded legs to them. These guys also have custom blasters and stuff like that for some of them, and this guy has a little antenna thing that he was using to scan the Kyber crystal crates. Then if we move on to the plain Imperials, we have a load of them back here. We have 13 of the regular white ones. All of these guys are decked out with these custom blasters. I actually bought about 20 or 30 for this Moc, which was really, really handy. I'm glad I picked all of them up because they look a lot better than the Lego blasters. And then we have 2 of them with these Cape Cantina cloths to make them sort of like the officers or slightly higher up in charge and higher up in the ranks than the regular rank and file stormtroopers. But yeah, these guys look really good, and I'm glad I managed to include those. And I'm really glad I bought the pauldrons. I think it really does make a difference to the minifigs, and I think it looks really, really good. Then we have 2 of the patrol troopers, pretty standard here. One of them went with the patrol bike, the speeder back there, and then one of them was actually stacking some crates inside of the Moc. Then we have 2 of the death troopers. Again, these guys were guarding Thrawn, I believe, up on top of the balcony. This one here has a really, really cool blaster. I don't know what the name of this one is, but it looks like the sort of ones they actually had in the movies. And then the other one just had a standard Imperial blaster. Over here we have an Imperial Astromech. Just managed to put this one in there. I actually used one cheese slope to have this looking like it had a 3rd leg in the Moc, and I think that came out really, really cool. I love that technique for having these Astromechs looking a bit more realistic, because obviously they would have that 3rd leg, and I think that's something Lego is missing with their Astromech molds. Then in front of that we have these shock troopers. I wasn't going to include these. I was actually going to use more regular troopers, but I'm really, really glad I used these. These were escorting the prisoners back to the sort of prison wing of the Moc, and I'm really glad I put this pauldron on this first guy. He was the sort of like leader of this group. Again, a Cape Cantina cloth right there. These are all, I actually bought them from a company named Blue Harvest Bricks, where you can use my code SWBricks10 for 10% off, and they're a really, really good custom company. But if you're in the US, I would recommend just buying straight from Cape Cantina. A fantastic cape and cloth designer. I think they have some of the best cloths in the entire game when it comes to custom Lego Star Wars. But yeah, really cool. Those shock troopers are really, really cool minifigs, and I'm glad I finally managed to include them in a Moc. Then talking of really cool minifigs, again, some of my favorite minifigs in my entire collection is these Shore Troopers. I did get a load of them sent to me for free by a guy named Satya, so thank you so much for those. He sent me, I believe, these 2 as well as a Scout Trooper and a couple of regulars, and then a few other figs as well that I wasn't able to use in the Moc. But yeah, huge thanks once again to him. I was going to try and put a few more in here, but I didn't really want to overcrowd the Moc, so I went with 2 in the end. And if you're watching, thank you so much for those. And then we had a commander leading them as well. These guys were running out of the elevator at the bottom of the Moc. Then over to the Scout Troopers. Again, another one of my favorite minifigs. I feel like I've said that for every single one, but you guys know I love Imperial minifigs. and these are ones that I definitely was glad to include. I put 2 of them up on the balcony, sort of sniping down into the battle, and one of them about to get onto his speeder and race out into battle as well. And I love these designs, and I think they're really cool. One of them has a scout trooper sort of pistol, one of them has a regular blaster, and then the third one actually had a sort of more heavy sniper sort of blaster as well, which is pretty cool. Back there as well. Then if we move to these guys, I don't actually know the official name for these. I don't believe these are even official canon figs, but they came in the Darth Vader's castle, and they look like a blue version of the hover tank pilot. And I really do like these figs quite a lot. I think they go well with Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is over there, we'll get to in a second. But yeah, these guys were also on the battlefield outside, just sort of putting down some heavy fire. Again, using custom blasters. I think they look really, really cool. And then finally, the main man himself is Grand Admiral Thrawn, the final minifig we have to look at. I've actually done a full review. I'll leave a link in the top right corner of this video if you want to go check out the full review for this minifig. But this is made by Forest Moon Bricks. This fig is amazing, and I love the way this turned out. I did end up buying a custom one rather than the official Lego one, because the official Lego one is just very, very, very expensive. And this one just looks amazing. The amount of detail that they packed into this minifig is unbelievable. I actually did a vote on my YouTube channel to decide who I was going to include in this mock, and you guys chose Thrawn over Yularen, Krennic and Tarkin. He far and away won the vote. I mean, he's a very, very popular figure, and also just a character in Star Wars as well. And I thought I included him in quite a nice way, sort of just overseeing the base, looking over the top of it. Then finally, it's time to take a look at the 3 vehicles I used. This first one here is an Imperial Troop Transport. I believe this was a design sold on the Belleville Bricks website. I might actually be pronouncing that wrong, but I can't honestly remember. I did actually do a review again for this one, so I'll leave a link up in the corner for that one as well. It's quite a cool design. I do want to upgrade it in the future though. I've seen a really, really good one by a guy named Imperial Brick Productions, which I definitely will be building soon. But I decided to include this one in there nonetheless, and I think it's a pretty cool design there. Obviously it has no interior, which is a shame. Obviously the new one I'm going to be getting very soon will have an interior. Then we have a speeder bike designed by a guy named British Waffle Productions. He sent this to me for free, so thank you so much for designing these instructions for me. And it was quite an easy one to put together and build. I was actually meant to have more of these, but sadly I was missing a couple of pieces, mainly those back pieces back there, those sort of wedge plates. For some reason I just didn't get enough of those, and I couldn't build the other 2, but I'm glad I only did 1. I think it would have been a bit overcrowded had I used more. Then we have a final speeder here, which is sort of like a scout speeder you see on Endor and that sort of thing, but in the white color scheme. I think this looks really good. It looks a lot better than those regular ones that we got from Lego in the 8080 set. But yeah, this was actually, I believe, instructions made by a guy named Imfanatic on Instagram. I'll leave a link to him down below, as well as all of these guys that sold or designed these vehicles as well. But yeah, this was a design he did on his Instagram. I don't know whether it's still available for free or anything, but yeah, really cool design, and I love the way that turned out. But yeah, that is all of the minifigs and vehicles that I used in my Imperial base, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. Only a small one today, but I hope you did enjoy. We're going to be back to mock building very, very shortly. On the 6th of June, I will actually be announcing my next big mock project. I believe that's going to be tomorrow as of the day this video comes out. And it's going to be a really fun one. I can't wait to announce that. I'm actually going to be doing a collaboration with Coconut Brick Studios for the announcement, and that'll be very, very fun. So make sure you come along to that one when it does come out. I'll be having a premiere probably around 7 PM UK time, so make sure you come along to that one. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe and turn that post notification bell on so you don't miss any more feature mocks and minifig related videos that I do in the future. I hope you did enjoy. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button if you did, and leave a comment down below telling me what is your favorite minifig that I included in this mock, and which minifigs do you wish I had included. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.